Hello, this is Slate with Combo of Rocks, bringing you another video deck tech of a deck that we built by request and have for sale. If you're not familiar with us, we make and sell custom budget EDH decks. These decks are light on the budget, so they may not be optimal or competitive, but they're definitely fun and centered around a central theme that you can build on. So we have Child of Alara today, which is one of each mana, Woobrug, for a 6/6 legendary creature avatar with trample. When it dies, destroy all non-land permanents and they can't be regenerated. This deck is Mutate by request, so we want to mutate onto Child of Alara most of the time, and hopefully our opponents are scared to blow it up, of losing their permanents. If they do blow it up, well, they're losing their permanents. So let's get into the deck. We have Chromanticore, which is also Woobrug for a 4/4. Does not have Mutate, but it does have Bestow, which could be very similar. Bestow for 2 in Woobrug gives Flying, First Strike, Trample, Vigilance, and Lifelink. It also gives +4/+4, giving you lots of keywords and power and toughness. We have Nethroi, Apex of Death, 2 white, black, green for 5/5 with Mutate, 4 green, white, black, black with Death Touch and Lifelink. When it mutates, return any number of target creatures with total power 10 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Just getting back some of your stuff. If Child of Alara does get blown up, we have lots of graveyard recursion in this deck. Brokos, Apex of Forever, 2 green, blue, black for 6/6 with Mutate, 2 blue, black, hybrid, green, green with Trample. You can cast it from the graveyard if you're using its Mutate ability. Again, lots of graveyard here. Tremi, the Ever Playful, 3 black, green, blue for 6/6 Nightmare Beast with Mutate, 1 black, green, blue. Trample, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, return target creature card with Mutate from your graveyard to your hand. We have Illuna, Apex of Wishes, 2 green, blue, red for 6/6 with Mutate, 3 blue, green, blue, blue, Flying Trample. When it mutates, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land permanent. Put that card onto the battlefield or into your hand. Vadrock, Apex of Thunder, blue, red, white for 3/3 with Mutate, 1 blue, white, hybrid, red, red. Flying First Strike, when it mutates, you may cast target non-creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. Snapdax, Apex of the Hunt, 1 red, white, black for 3/5 with Mutates, 2 black, red, white, white. Double Strike, when it mutates, it deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker opponent controls, and you gain 4 life. Cub Warden, 3 and a white for 3/5 with Mutates, 2 white, white with Lifelink. Whenever this creature mutates, creates 2 1/1 cat creature tokens with Lifelink. Sea Dasher Octopus, 1 blue, blue for a 2/2 Octopus with Mutate, 1 blue. It's got Flash. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Souvenir Snatcher, 4 and a blue for a 4/4 bird with Mutate, 5 and a blue. Flying, when it mutates, gain control of target non-creature artifact. Mind Leecher, 4 black, black for a 5/5 Nightmare with Mutate, 4 and a black. Flying, when it mutates, exile the top card of each opponent's library face down. You can look at and play those cards for as long as they remain exiled. Dirge Bat, 2 black, black for 3/3 Bat with Mutate, 4 black, black. Flash and Flying, when it mutates, destroy target creature or planeswalker and opponent controls. Everquill Phoenix, 2 red, red for 4/4 Phoenix with Mutate, 3 and red with Flying. When it mutates, create a red artifact creature or token named Feather with pay 1, sacrifice Feather, return Phoenix from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Gem Razor, 3 and a green for 4/4 with Mutate, 1 green, green, reach and trample. When it mutates, destroy an artifact or enchantment and opponent controls. Prismatic Omen, 1 and a green enchantments. Lands are every basic land type, so it fixes your mana. Solemn Simulacrum, 4 mana for 2/2 and enter, search your library for a basic land, put on the battlefield tapped. When it dies, draw a card. Chromatic Lantern, 3 mana, lands you control have add 1 mana of any color, also taps for a mana of any color itself, just good color fixing in 5 color deck. We have Soul Ring, and also Arcane Signet here, and Darksteel Ignite, 3 mana, indestructible, taps for a mana of any color. Is it good that it's indestructible, just in case Child of Alara does blow everything up. Gravestone Strider, 2 mana, 1/3 Golem, pay 1 to add a mana of any color, or pay 2 and exile this from your graveyard to exile a card from a graveyard. Necropanther, 1 white, black for a 3/3 cat Nightmare with Mutate, 2 black, white, black, white hybrid. Whenever that mutates, return a creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Regal Leosaur, red, white for a 2/2 with Mutate, 1 red, white, red, white hybrid. When it mutates, other creatures get +2/+1 until end of turn. Lord Dracus, 1 blue, red for a 2/3 with Mutate, blue, red hybrid. Whenever it mutates, return an instant or sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. Trumpeting Gnar, 1 blue, green for a 3/3 with Mutate, 3 blue, green hybrid. Whenever it mutates, create a 3/3 green beast creature token. Boneyard Lurker, 2 green, black for 4/4 with Mutates, 2 green, black hybrid. When it mutates, return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Binding of the Old Gods, 2 black, green for a 3-chapter saga. First one destroys a non-land permanent opponent controls. So, second one searches for a forest, puts it on the battlefield tapped. Third one gives creatures you control Death Touch until end of turn. Hotmaster Liger, 3 and a white for a 3/4 with Mutate, 2 and a white. When it mutates, other creatures you control get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of times this creature has mutated. Majestic Oricorn, 4 and a white for a 4/4 unicorn with Mutate, 3 and white with Vigilance. When this creature mutates, you gain 4 life. Vulpikeet, 3 and a white for a 2/3 fox bird with Mutate, 2 and white with Flying. Whenever it mutates, put a 1/1 counter on it. Divine Resilience. 1 white with kicker 2 and white. Target creature gains indestructible until end of turn. If it was kicked, any number of target creatures gain indestructible until end of turn. Good for when Child of Alara is blown up and you want to make your stuff not be able to be destroyed. Polywog Symbiote, 1 and a blue for a 1/3 frog. Each spell that has a mutate costs 1 less to cast. Whenever you cast a creature spell, if it has mutate, draw a card, then discard a card. Storm Tracer Drake, 1 and a blue for a 2/1 Drake with flying. When it becomes a target of a spell you control, draw a card. Good for mutating onto. Archipelagor, 5 blue for a 7/7 Leviathan with mutate 5 and a blue. When it mutates, tap up to X target creatures where X is the number of times this is mutated. They don't untap during the next untap step. Slip out the back, 1 blue, instant, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. It phases out. It's just a good way to protect your mutated creatures. Saw it coming, 1 blue counters any spell with Foretell, 1 in a blue. Disdainful Stroke, 1 in a blue counters a spell with mana value 4 or greater. And Negate, 1 in a blue counters a non-creature spell. Joint Exploration, 1 blue with kicker for green. Scry 2, then draw a card. If this spell was kicked, you can put a land from your hand onto the battlefield. Cavern Whisper, 4 and a black for a 4/4 Nightmare with mutate 3 and a black with Menace. When it mutates, each opponent discards a card. Shred Memory, 1 in a black, instant, remove up to 4 target cards in a single graveyard from the Great Game. We do have quite a few of these transmute cards, allowing you to grab a card with the same mana value from your deck for 1 black. Just a good way to tutor cheaply. Also, you are restricted by mana value, but there's enough good targets in the deck that this shouldn't be an issue. Dimir Houseguard, this is the 3 in a black version. It is a skeleton with fear, sack a creature to regenerate it. Brain Spoil, this is the 5 mana version. 3 black, destroy a creature that isn't enchanted. It can't be regenerated. And Netherborn Phalanx, this is a 6 mana value version. 5 and a black for a 2/4. When it comes into play, each opponent loses a life for each creature he or she controls. Eviscerator's Insight, 1 and a black. As an additional cost to cast, sack an artifact or creature. Draw 2 cards with flashback 4 and a black. Sometimes you are going to want to sack your Child of Alara just to blow up everything on the board. This is a good way to do so. Pilfer, 1 in a black. Target opponent reveals their hand. Choose a non-land card. That opponent discards that card. Good way to protect your stuff. Cloud Piercer, 4 and a red for a 5/4 dinosaur with mutate 3 and a red with reach. Whenever it mutates, discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Porky Parrot, 3 and a red for a 3/4 bird beast with mutate 2 and a red. Tap it to deal X damage to any target where X is the number of times this creature has mutated. Season of Growth, 1 and a green. When a creature enters under your control, scry 1. Whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature you control, draw a card. Again, drawing cards while mutating. Migratory Greathorn, 3 and a green for a 3/4 beast with mutate 2 and a green. When it mutates, search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield tapped, and shuffle your library. Glowstone Recluse, 2 and a green for a 2/3 spider with mutate 3 and a green with reach. Whenever it mutates, put 2 1/1 counters on it. Essence Symbiote, 1 and a green for a 2/2. Whenever a creature you control mutates, put a 1/1 counter on the creature and you gain 2 life. Greenhouse and Rickety Gazebo, for 2 and a green, you get a room that says lands you control tap for a mana of any color. On Rickety Gazebo side, 3 and a green, when you unlock the door, mill 4 cards and return 2 permanents from among them to your hand. Bushwhack, 1 green, search for a basic land, put it into your hand, or if a creature fights a creature you don't control. Diligent Farmhand, 1 green for a 1/1, 1 and a green, sack it to search for a basic land, put it on the battlefield tapped. Secure Tribal are very similar, but you don't have to pay any mana once he's on the battlefield. Rampant Growth, same effect on a sorcery for 1 and a green. Farseek, 1 and a green, search for a plains, island, swamp, or mountain, put it on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Explorer, 1 and a green, plant additional land, draw a card. Broken Bond, 1 and a green, destroy an artifact or enchantment, put a land from your hand onto the battlefield. Ranger's Path, 3 and a green, search for 2 forests, puts them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Fastwood Surge, 3 and a green, searches for 2 basics, puts them onto the battlefield tapped. You can also kick it for 4 colorless to put 2 1/1 counters on each creature you control. Migration Path, 3 and green, search for 2 basic lands, puts them onto the battlefield tapped. You can also cycle it for 2 colorless. Into some lands here, we have Adakar Waste, Port Town, Prairie Stream, River of Tears, Choked Estuary, Fetid Pools, Smoldering Marsh, Cinderglade, Game Trail, Sungrass Prairie, Canopy Vista, Fortified Village. Crows and Verge can be sacked to search for a forest and plains. Caves of Koilos, Shivan Reef, Waterlogged Grove, Vine Glimmer Snarl, Yavimaya Coast, Viridescent Bog, Necroblossom Snarl. Murmuring Boss can be tapped for green, white, or black. Exotic Orchard, Command Tower, Hostile, taps for colorless. 1 tap, sack a creature, put a soul counter. Then if there are 3 or more soul counters, transform it, untap it. Becomes a 3/7 when it attacks. Exile a creature card from your graveyard. If you do, each opponent loses X life. You gain X life for X number of cards exiled with it, and you can pay 4 to phase it out. Another good way just to sack your Child of Alara. Grim Backwoods, taps for colorless. 2 black, green, sack a creature, draw a card. And then some basic lands, a few of each here. That's the deck. I hope you enjoyed it, but we'll see you next time.